Is President Trump really trying to end Africa's longest running war? Or is he just disguising a $1 trillion resource haste as diplomacy? That's the explosive question shaking the continent as Trump pushes what many are calling a predatory and dangerously self-serving peace plan for DR Congo and Rwanda. Behind the scenes, sources say he is engineering a backdoor deal to funnel America's biggest corporations into Congo's mineral heartland in exchange for brokering a ceasefire. It's not just controversial, it's outrageous. By tying peace to exclusive US access to cobalt, copper, lithium, and more, Trump isn't just meddling in African affairs, he is monetizing them. Is this a diplomatic breakthrough or a new chapter in America's long history of profiting off African blood and soil? At the heart of this shocking development is a fragile, bloody conflict that has tormented eastern DR Congo for more than 30 years. Rwanda and DR Congo have been locked in a deadly game of accusations and denials, primarily over the activities of the M23 rebel group. The DRC accuses Rwanda of supporting the rebels who have seized vast swathes of mineral-rich territory, while Rwanda insists it's only concerned with hunting down the FDLR, a group it considers a genocidal threat. Into this complex quagmire steps President Trump, waving a peace deal in one hand and a contract folder in the other. Since returning to power in January 2025, Trump has wasted no time inserting himself into the DR Congo-Rwanda peace process. He has already hosted delegates from both countries in Washington and is now planning a grand summit with Presidents Felix Tshisekedi and Paul Kagame. But here's the kicker. Trump's mediation isn't just about diplomacy. It's about dollars, trillions of them. In exchange for brokering peace, Trump wants the DR Congo to open up its colossal mineral reserves to top American firms. We're talking about cobalt, copper, lithium, tantalum, and manganese, the very lifeblood of everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to AI chips and missile systems. According to the US State Department, DR Congo sits on an estimated $24 trillion in untapped mineral wealth. For context, that's more than 7 times the GDP of the entire African continent. So you can see why Trump's eyes are gleaming. The plan? Push through a security deal that will allow US companies to extract and export these minerals without fear of rebel attacks, while promising DR Congo a peace that has eluded it for generations. Sounds like a win-win on paper, but is it? Critics are already ringing the alarm bells. Is DR Congo about to sell its birthright for a promise of peace? Legal scholars like Professor Henry Mostet from the University of Cape Town argue that this model dangerously compromises Congo's sovereignty. Deals like these are hard to undo once they are signed. Will Congolese citizens still be reaping the benefits of their mineral wealth 50 years from now, or will they be locked into long-term contracts with American corporations with little room to renegotiate? We've seen this playbook before. China struck similar infrastructure for resources deals across Africa, Angola being the prime example. They built roads and railways in exchange for oil. But when global oil prices soared, Angola was still stuck with outdated contracts, unable to cash in. Is Trump's so-called peace for minerals model just a shinier version of the same colonial blueprint? And more importantly, is anyone in Kinshasa reading the fine print? To be fair, some experts believe Trump's approach might actually yield results, not because it's perfect, but because previous African-led peace efforts have failed to gain traction. The M23 rebels, for instance, have repeatedly refused to give up captured territories, while Rwanda insists that it won't pull its troops out of eastern DR Congo until the FDLR is neutralized. Meanwhile, Kinshasa demands that Kigali withdraw immediately. It's a stalemate of epic proportions. Even the most basic steps in the peace deal, like implementing a ceasefire or launching a security coordination mechanism, remain clouded in uncertainty. The recent agreement signed in Washington on June 27 commits both countries to these goals, but skepticism remains high. Will M23 rebels really hand over their weapons? Can the FDLR be neutralized without causing further chaos? And will Rwanda truly scale back its military footprint? The US brokered peace initiative even includes a provision for a regional economic integration framework, a vague term that supposedly aims to shut down illegal smuggling routes and create mutually beneficial partnerships. But what does that mean for the ordinary Congolese? Will communities see any benefit? Or will the profits once again flow overseas while they are left with polluted rivers and empty promises? Professor Alex Diwal, director of the World Peace Foundation, has described Trump's strategy as a fusion of populist performance and commercial deal-making. He admits that it could end the violence and fast. Since Trump returned to office, peace deals have started flying off the printer, and not just in DR Congo. Similar strategies are being eyed for Sudan, with Arab states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE eager to jump in. But Diwal also points out that the US is playing a catch-up with China, which has already secured many of DR Congo's most valuable concessions. From Trump's perspective, the logic is simple. America gets the minerals, Africa gets the peace, and he gets the headlines. For Rwanda, the game is different. Kagame wants guarantees that the FDLR will be permanently eliminated before he pulls his troops. For Tshisekedi and the DRC, the goal is territorial integrity, meaning M23 must surrender the lands it occupies, but neither side is budging, and the devil, as always, is in the details. Even if the rebels agree to state authority, they've made it clear they won't give up land without a fight. Analysts like Onisfor Sematumba of the International Crisis Group believe that a co-management arrangement might be the only realistic solution. But even that will require delicate diplomacy and long-term enforcement. Now that brings us to the biggest question of all. How sustainable is Trump's peace for profit plan? If the aim is to keep peace long enough for US companies to extract the minerals, then Trump will need to commit for the long haul. And that's where things get murky. Will the US really stay engaged after the contracts are signed and the headlines fade, or will Congo be left to pick up the pieces of another broken promise? Professor Mossett warns that true peace cannot be bought or bartered. It must be built. That means addressing the historical wounds of exploitation, giving voice to affected communities, and involving local stakeholders in every step of the process. So while the idea of ending Africa's longest running war is undeniably attractive, the path to peace is paved with caution signs. Trump may well succeed in brokering a ceasefire, and the US could finally get a foothold in Africa's resource race. But if history has taught us anything, is that the price of peace, especially one tied to profit, is rarely paid in full. Will this deal bring prosperity to the people of DR Congo, or just another chapter in the long saga of foreign powers cashing in while Africa bleeds? Only time and the courage of African leaders will tell. Your perspective matters. What do you make of Trump's lucrative peacemaking model that could earn American companies trillions from the DRC Rwanda war? Is it exploitative? And do you think it will work? Share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our informative future videos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching.